Hey everybody, it's Kevin. Today is the 28th of April 2021. I don't think that date is anything significant, but anyway, I'm here. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're tuned in, switched on. If you're getting this on the rebroadcast, click the subscribe and the like button and tell the world that this is here to lift up all your vibrations and make you feel good about your life, your day, what have you. Let's see what's going on in my world. I did something quite crazy yesterday, but it's okay. I'm always doing things crazy. And we went ahead and got this. Not here yet. And I want to talk about that for a little bit, about manifestation, about following the desires of the heart and love wherever it's possible. I was going to say some more about that, but I didn't, and I don't know why. And I think it has to do with the manifestation of everything that we want and all of our heart's desires, myself included. Is sometimes very difficult to get to when we are in the middle of a challenge. There's all kinds of things that are, for me, and I'm sure for some of you, popping up. Lots of things from the past. So whether we've been in a holding pattern for a year, I really don't know what to believe anymore. Well, I know what to believe. Yes, that's a lie. I believe what's in here, and I believe what's in the belly, and I believe what's coming from spirit, which to some people might feel is a bit, ludicrous. No, not really. I've long since believed that there was some kind of force that put the moon in the sun and the planets all up in the sky and held them there. Like there's this universe and it's made up of cosmic energy, vibrations. I think the reason why we are gravitating on the ground, on the earth, the Mother Earth, is because the earth is spinning. It's turning at a vibrational rate that allows our physical body to stay grounded on it, in it. So, if you take that whole cosmic mind thought and expand it out, you kind of scratch the surface, and I say barely scratch the surface on really quite how powerful as a being we really are. Honestly, there are people on the planet, human beings, that have overcome tremendous challenges and made it and did it somehow, some way, some by some miracle. And today I want you to look at your life and see where something has happened that you didn't expect for the good, and it worked out for the good. And it wasn't anything you could have predicted or you could have mapped out. It just was a great thing that happened. Usually, it comes when, and this is what today's message is about, it comes when the pathway forward, backwards, and sideways are cleared out. So, what do I mean by that? Well, when we are covered up under the duvet of doubt and worry, I call it the ditch of dirt, when we're in all of that heady, nonsensical storyland, you go to work, you're in your vehicle, whatever you're doing, and these conversations, what you're going to say to somebody, what you're not going to say to somebody, how you're going to resolve a conflict, how the things that bother you, and you get yourself into what I call this big negative frothy thing. You've made this whole thing mean something. It's a combination of the energy that's leaving you, the energy that's going, this energy that doesn't need to be there, and your ego. I've said many times that the ego is the comfort zone. It's that lumpy couch you don't want to get rid of. It's that reclining chair that really the springs are broken and it doesn't work as well as it used to, but you are just so attached to it you don't want to get rid of it. Okay, Those are things, those are possessions. But when we attach ourselves to them, they become part of something even bigger. They become part of this a muddy place that we have to stay stuck to. They're stuck to the lumpy chair and the whatever I'm saying. As soon as we begin to clear it out, sort through it, and that's the conversations in the car, that's the frothiness of it. At some point, there comes a time when that realization of, I am so tired of this, I can't take this anymore, which is all really ego driven, there's an opportunity for the spirit of you, that loving, guiding, caring, beautiful spirit that lives inside every single human being, has an opportunity to lift. It takes an awful lot of courage to let go of the things, emotions, thoughts, tales, stories, assumptions, everything we've built up to a point. It takes courage to let that go. And it also takes time. We have to be patient, patient, patient. Now, that word, patient, means two things. Take your time, relax. It also means a person that's under care of a hospital or a doctor. You're a patient. And then you have to be patient. So that all just means self-care. How often do we get to self-care? Self-care is raising your vibration. Oh, I got goosebumps. Thank you. Angels are here. Oh, okay. It's like I'm getting spiritually tickled. Raising the vibration, I think they're trying to nudge me to get it out, is the way that you sort through the rubble and the mess and the rubbish of the mind, and get clear. So be aware of the fact that as you raise your vibration upward, there's lots and lots and lots of studies and personal growth, and you can't really take a personal growth course without getting into the spirituality side of it. Oftentimes, the past is going to show up as you move through the rubble. It's a bit like going through a photograph album and realizing that you've forgotten some of the people that were in the photographs. And sometimes when you get up there in age, which I'm there now, I look at the faces in the pictures and don't know who they are. And that's fine. I did get bothered by it. Like, who is that? And why am I standing with them? And then I remember, and then I can get transported back into usually good places. Typically, if I keep photographs of people in an album and I go through it, I'm reminded of all the good times, because why would I take a picture of something that really wasn't that great? Now, I'm of the age where you had a camera, you put a film in it, and you went off to the chemist and it got developed. Then came the cameras, you didn't have to put a film in it, you just chucked them away or gave them to the chemist and they processed the film. And then came Polaroid, and then came digital, and then came phones that had cameras in them. So we go on. But that being said, yes, we have come a long way with technology to bring us instant everything. But to get to instant everything, we had to let go of a few things. Now we're in a culture where we want instant everything right now. We don't want to wait. Well, in the spiritual world, not taking the time to raise the vibration properly, it's like anything else. If you don't wait for the paint to dry, it smears, smudges, or gets tacky. If you don't wait for the sauce to marinate properly, it tastes vinegary, or whatever you're making in the sauce. It doesn't work right. If you don't let the roast or whatever it is you're cooking take its time to just do its thing, it spoils, or it's not good enough, or it's raw, or it's just not right. Sorting through everything that's going on, raising the vibration, means that we sort of have to look at some of the big chunks and sort through how they are serving us and whether we are deserving of it anymore. And this is where we get to today's message. Where's that camera? There. I was looking for a picture of it, but there you go. There you go. So I've got the guide that's come to work with me to deliver the message, which is the card I pull first, is Gaia. And Gaia is the Earth connection. So you've got to be mindful of the planet, and we're in Earth month, so no wonder she shows up. And the message from Gaia is to stay grounded. Grounded means staying right in the here, right in the now, right present to where you are, the feet on the floor, like we do when we start meditation, just to be aware of where you are, and not just where you are in the physical space, your chair, your house, all that, but where you are in your life, where you are in your body, where you are with what you're wanting to do. That's how you get to desire. You get to desire by clearing away all the things that aren't present now. And then you can work on the plan to get to the desire that you want. Now, all of this has to do with where is the mood, right? For example, if you are in a ratchet mood, and we all get in them, even spiritual people get in ratchet moods. Things bother us, get on our nerves. I mean, it happens to me daily. Understand that just like a cloud, it is a wave. It is a vibration. It comes and it goes. The mood doesn't always have to be black, dark, nasty, dismal, but it is a mood. When you realize and recognize, oh, you've got this move, I like to put up my spiritual umbrella because it's going to rain. Rain means I want to get the umbrella going and put some protection in place before I start getting soaking wet. Meaning I don't want to be in a shower of tears or all of a sudden reacting to something and going off and having a fit. That is where, oh, I'm in this mood. And you sort of get quiet. Now, raising the vibration, we hear that a lot. I'm learning a lot from Mr. Kyle Gray, brilliant man, who I thought, well, you know, I've gone to a lot of personal growth seminars, and there's all kinds of hokey pokey ways that people want you to raise your vibration, and that's lovely. And I've done some fantastic ones, and I've enjoyed them. But there's a simpler, easier way that everybody can do it. Number one, you have to stop where you are. Go to a place, find the earth. You can take a walk. That always clears out the energy, gets it out. Even if you're still gabbling on in your mind about what happened, you're taking a walk, and keep walking until you are like, oh, I'm sick and tired of this walk. No, I mean, I don't know how anyone gets sick and tired of walking. The other, take a bath. Put some essential oils in there. Lavender, lovely for calming. Rose, great for beauty. Anything, gardenia, if you're not really sensitive to it. Ylang ylang, balancing. Something that just raises the vibration and makes you feel like warm and sudsy. I like to take a bath sometimes at night if I've had a pretty hard, tough day. You could also go and take a shower. If you're near somewhere, you can take a shower. But if you're at work and something's got on your nerves and upset you, you have all the reasons to say, I'm going to take a quick break. Now, where do you go and what do you do? Go into your car, music, put on some music, plug in something that either makes you happy and wants to dance and carry on and raise your energy if you're feeling a bit sluggish or tired or overwhelmed. And then if you feel like you really want to cry and get it out, then put something on that invokes it. But when you're aware of the mood and you're aware that it's coming, getting in front of it and realizing I've got to do something about this helps to raise your vibration and brings you to the I am whatever you are. I am, you can say it, happy, I am sad, I am this. It gets you to the really solid vibration of recognizing exactly where you are. And then you have the chance to lift it, shift it, move it, get rid of it, dump it, and then change the I am statement to I'm joy, I'm happy, I'm love. The one thing I want to get to with this message is to make sure that whatever you are declaring, once you're clear and you've sorted through whatever you need to sort through, that you believe it. That's the challenge. Most people say these things, they don't really believe it. You've got to the point where you can genuinely tell if somebody's remorseful with something that's happened. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm so embarrassed. Blah, blah, blah. That's, you can see it. They can feel it. They look at it. So, oh, don't worry. It's all good. No worries. And then you can get to the ones that say, I'm sorry. And you can tell you really aren't. You're not. Because your body language and how you're reacting isn't remorseful. That's simple. Now, you don't need to admonish somebody who says, I'm sorry, you know you don't believe them. There's no point in slapping them back and saying, well, listen, I don't get that. You're just full of it. I don't know that solves anything. That just makes the other person angry, makes you look like I'm not going to say the word, it's rude. But there you go. Anyway, so here's the two cards. What do they mean? Shekinah, self, well, I call it sacrifice, but it's sacred self. Shekinah is talked about a lot in the Jewish tradition, and got lots of kind of names. It's basically the female energy of Christ, if you will. Kind of that goodness, that emotional, that softness. And it's part of our spirit that is loving and kind and nurturing and just beautiful. That beautiful part of ourselves that just wants to wrap ourselves up in love. That's the rhythm of the life that you want to get to. That's the sorting through the boulders of damnation and hell and all that stuff that you believe people have done, and you're upset and you're angry and something should be done. You get to this sacred self, the female part of you, the yin energy, the bath, the all that beautiful, wonderful stuff that you get to do to heal yourself. And then we have Archangel Raguel, who's come to influence this and say, when you bring your life light and harmony, that's the energy that's driving you right now, this minute. So, how do you interpret this to where it actually makes sense? I'll go back to the word patience. When we're wanting to grow, when we're wanting to expand, when we're wanting to do something new and wanting something to stop, and I don't think it matters if you're looking for more money, if you're looking to lose weight, if you're looking to make a transformative change in your life of any significance. And right now, there is a planet, every culture, and here comes more goosebumps, every culture on our planet right now is experiencing a global shift. And it isn't just the government here and the government there. Yes, it's affecting leaders and it's affecting governments for sure, but it's also affecting people. And I feel like the balance of 2021, if I had to predict it, is the big revelation. And I'm not talking about the book of Revelations in the Bible, so let's not go down that road. But the revealing part of who we are and what we're here to do. It's very unexplainable how some souls have decided they're no longer wanting to be tethered to this planet. They've had enough. They get put on the list and they get to go what I call home, which leaves everyone else in some sort of sense of, oh my goodness. And we've had that going on. I spoke with a lady yesterday in a store who told me that she had battled with the COVID virus in December, and I was like, you look incredible. Are you okay? Is everything all right? And she shared her hair fell out. She was on a ventilator. All of the things that had happened to her. And my conscious thought was, I'm so glad that you're here and you're still a shining bright light for everybody else in the world. And I'm hoping now that nothing else happens to you and you get to go and do what you were put here to do in the first place. It's hard when you're not really sure what that is. This is where the patience come in. It starts with grounding yourself and getting clear with where you are. If you're finding that you've spent the world serving everything else but you, that's why things are not moving forward for you. Now, there's this kind of dichotomy thing that goes on with people saying, well, that's selfish. Well, here's the truth about that. If somebody is accusing you, and we're talking about somebody you know, not a complete stranger, or making a statement that you're selfish, I want to get some clarification on it because I'd like to learn. Tell me an instant, give me the receipts. That's the proof of when what I've said or what I've done has ever been selfish. Typically, they really can't, because typically we don't do it. People who serve other people a lot, when they begin to serve themselves, the people they've been serving don't like it. That's just the truth. So really, they held a mirror up to their own face. And it's tough. It's tough for them to then realize, oh, I don't think that's entirely true. Or you to realize, goodness, there's gratitude for you. I'm not saying that we do things, we serve other people so that we can turn around and have them say, thank you so much. I don't think we do that for a reason. But I'm saying that when you come to transformation and you reach that point where you're feeling, oh, I don't know, you have to get grounded. You have to get grounded into where you are, what you feel like, and where that came from. And then move forward from that space, from that I am, boom, fill it in. I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that. Those things ground you in the present here and now. Then it gives you a place to bounce off from. And using the energy of sacred self, taking a bath, taking a walk, reading a book, listen to music, and doing it on a regular basis. And I'm saying not once a week, because there's too many days in between that get to undo what you did in that one day. Not even twice a week, because there's times in the days and the weeks that come along and can still dilute it. If you're in this mode of instant gratification and you know the world turns as quickly as it is, your job is to get to a regular sacred self, that place, raising the vibration daily, till it becomes part of you. You're not going to compromise your time, you. And I hear, what that's just that. What do you want to change and transform? Do you want to have a blissful life? Do you want to get to the samadhi? Do you want to lift the light? Do you want to come into a higher place of being? You want that peace and harmony of Archangel Raguel? Do you want to follow a spiritual path? Do you want to feel like you have a purpose and a reason for being here? Or is it that you've got comfortable in this, I can't. I'm not saying that we won't get vulnerable. Lord, when I've done something new and different, like I did yesterday, I had the tummy turning over, what have I done? Why have I done this? the remorse, all of those things when something huge is about to happen. When we're about to land a job, we said we could do this job, we can do this job, but we've never been trained to do this job. And someone says, yeah, okay, I'll let you do the job. And you're like, oh my goodness, it's my first day. I remember when I first went to work at a place, I had this title. And the title seemed bigger than me. And I wasn't aware of just how talented I was. It just didn't occur to me. I'd never gone around saying, look at me, I'm so good and wonderful. No. So when I got this job with this big title, it overwhelmed me. That continued for about 8 years. I would professionally move up and up and up and up. And then it got to the point where I knew, was very brief, that my ego had taken over and I was becoming somebody I didn't even recognize. So I'd gone past the point of lining up my creative abilities with, oh yeah, you do have talent, to becoming abusive with it. Okay, so I'll be honest, that's true. Spirit has a way of teaching us all the lessons of a lifetime. And very, very quickly, without any shadow of a doubt, Spirit will clap back and push me out. This is not for you. This is not where you're meant to be. You're meant to be doing something else. And almost instantly, I landed on my feet. And, oh, this is a world I'm more familiar with. This is a world I'm more geared up to. And eventually, you have the two pieces coming together to create something even bigger. The whole point of that story is to say the entire world gets vulnerable. Any of the masters that are mentioned in personal growth cultures, in religions, in scriptures, any of them, at some point you will read that they went out and became something from it. I'm not saying that I'm about to become this big, huge master. I happen to be studying the masters at the moment, and that's the common thread, that they've come from a place of really toughness. They've emerged from, whoa, okay, they had to get to the grounded. Vulnerability, you cannot get to vulnerability. I mean, you cannot get courageous unless you've been vulnerable. And if you don't get that, and if you follow Brené Brown and any of her stuff, whoa, that lady is filled with pieces of vulnerability and moving through the other side. As we grow, as we lighten up, as we become this harmonious, peaceful planet that we're meant to be, that we're supposed to be, that we're meant to be foraging for the next and the next and the next generation, the vibration lifts naturally, the courage comes, not in the form of being like a warrior about to take on the world, but in the form of, here is your platform, here's your place. But it takes patience. When the teacher's ready, the student comes. When the student's ready, the teacher comes. And then the teacher and the student become the same person. I'm going to get out of these two screens and go back to it. You are created as well as being the creator. I am creativity and the creator of it. And I'm part of this big creation that we've got called the earth. Always will be, always have been. Now, it took me a long time to wake up to that. And sometimes I think, okay, how is that possible? But then it shows and proves itself. I'm not saying I don't get overwhelmed. I do. But then I know, oh, well, I've been overwhelmed before. When I was 22, I got on an aeroplane. I had $200 in a suitcase, and I came to America. Yes, I was a little vulnerable, and yes, I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen next. And I made some mistakes. I did some earthly things that appeared to be a little different, unkind, not quite right. For those things, I am remorseful, but it didn't take me out, knock me back, keep me down, or cause me to be too far away from who I really am at the root of what I'm come to do. I hope that makes sense. Is there anything else I want to add to that? As long as you come from a place of self-love, you have love to give other people. As long as you come from a place of self-respect and integrity, that's all you need to worry about. So if you're finding yourself getting all heady, crazy with nonsense, drop it. Get clear. Go do something to raise your vibration and change it. Music. Just time out. Breathe. Big. Meditate. Huge. Let's get to our message from the book. All right, the 28. Reward yourself. I can't make this up. I didn't come here and say, okay, I'm going to put this whole talk together. I just sat and thought, oh, it's time to get a message. Here we go. Take time to reward yourself. It's the first line on this thing. Let it become a deliberate and practiced habit. Many of us grow up in families or with people who didn't reward us. We weren't rewarded for good behavior. We weren't rewarded for or loved unconditionally, just for being, and particularly being us. Although many of us may strive to change that behavior by rewarding the people around us, that's people pleasing, we may have neglected the importance of rewarding someone very important, ourselves. It is one thing to mentally congratulate ourselves for a job well done. It is another to take the time to actually deliberately and specifically reward ourselves. How many years do we have to live before it's time to treat ourselves? How much good do we have to do before it's good enough to give ourselves a gift? Maybe it's time right now, today, to begin practicing the habit of rewarding ourselves. Our souls can become tired, very weary of striving to grow, to do things well, to do our best at life, love and work. If there's no reward, our passion can wane if good is never good enough, and if the rewards and pleasures are always at bay, somewhere out there in the distant future. If you find yourself beginning to resist working hard, doing well, striving for spiritual growth, maybe it's because you're neglecting to reward yourself for all you've done already. If you feel like the world offers no reward to you, maybe it's because you're not cooperating by rewarding yourself. Stop punishing and depriving yourself. Don't let others punish you for a job, a day, or a life well done. Instead, reward yourself. Take a break. Do something especially nice for you, something that would make you happy. Buy yourself something. It could be a little gift, or you can splurge. Take yourself somewhere you want to go, in your hometown, or in another country, or in another county, or just up the road. Do something fun, magical, and exciting, something that makes your heart sing and your spirit roar. Reward yourself by allowing yourself to enjoy what you give yourself or what you're doing. Make rewarding yourself an attitude. Reward yourself often when you accomplish a particular task, when you've gone through a grueling part of your healing process. Reward yourself during those frustrating times just for being so patient. Sometimes reward yourself just for being you. I like that. Reward yourself. It's like saving up for a rainy day. Get the umbrella out. Yes, do that a lot. A lot. There's nothing wrong with self-indulgence if you've worked and you've done your job. The universe gets that all the time. They're not going to dish out copious amounts of gifts without a little bit of hard work. Yeah. All right, it's time to meditate. Yes, yes, yes. This one will be a quick... Oh, my face is itchy. Bring your feet flat to the floor. Just become aware of your breath. Take a big breath in. Release and let go. For this morning, for this meditation to begin, move your awareness from the soles of your feet up into the area of the center of your chest. This is known as the heart chakra. It's the center of your chest. There's an area between two chakras, the solar plexus, which is right above your navel, and the heart chakra right at the center of your chest, where the vibrational color and energy crosses over. A blending of where the emotional activity center is, your solar plexus, the belly, digestive system, kidneys, liver, all of that physical as well as spiritual energy. And then the heart and the lungs and the diaphragm, the center of your chest, inside your rib cage, which is the engine, the life force, the vitality, the place where energy is received from spirit, lands, it is filtered. Let your energy sit there, or your mind sit there. Begin to see a soft golden glow. Keep your breath going. Use a breath that you feel and are conscious of coming in and out. Nothing forced, but not so shallow you don't realize it's there, but just a rhythm. There's a hushing noise as the energy goes in and goes out. And as you have this inhalation, let the light, the golden light that you have in the middle of your chest, grow. Inhale, let it grow. As you exhale, see this light move down in through your feet and up in through the crown of your head. With every inhale, let the light become brighter and bigger. With every exhale, send it out further, up and down and all around. Inhale, brighten the intensity. Exhale, shine it out. Brighten the intensity with your inhales. Shine it out with your exhales. As you soften and concentrate on your breath, the brightening and lightening of your spirit that's inside your physical body and connected to a bigger energy, begin to experience any message or color that comes to you. It is normal for the physical mind to chatter, fill with thoughts. Allow the thoughts to float as if you're going through a crowded room. Let the thoughts be people passing by. Keep breathing, expanding the light. This is developing a channel, a groove, a neurological pathway to deep relaxation, higher vibration, and a connection with spirit. Place your hands at heart center. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center and close the session by saying namaste. Thank you. I'm thinking and asking if there's anything I should add to it. The only thing I will add to any of this is when you are meditating and breathing and concentrating on opening that channel of communication with spirit, the way spirit world works has to be invited in. Doesn't just push their way in. This idea of spirits somehow being obnoxious or negative or evil spirits or bad spirits or dark spirits, I don't personally believe that exists. I've had some awkward experiences in my past, but this meditating, lifting your vibration, coming from a place of love, honoring your heart, honoring yourself, honoring God, Christ, whatever that is, honoring the higher part of yourself, how can that possibly be anything other than beautiful and wonderful, loving and kind? I also know through experience, it's simple. It's breath and cleaning out, clearing out, sorting out, releasing, letting go of the attachments, the ideas of, the assumptions, the lies, the limitations, all of those things. Somebody taught, said, affirmed, said, that's what they do, affirm. They said this. At some point or another, those of us who are sorting through that believed it because we trusted it, and that's fine. But we don't have to worry about changing our mind, saying, oh, I'm going to go down this road now. Do it. All right, listen, have a great Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.